This video deals with a city hall which requires an ID to enter. Let's deal with this issue once and for all.
That everybody makes a big deal about needing an ID to vote, because then you're excluding certain people who don't have the means or the money to obtain an ID.
So if that's the case, my question to you and everybody else is, where do people go to receive an ID? Whether it be a driver's license, official state ID, or even a passport. They go to a government building. A government building, like this government building.
It's showtime, folks. It's showtime.
Welcome to the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato. You know, if you're enjoying my show, please hit the subscribe, like, and share button.
Press the button. Press it now.
You know, a majority of my comments and questions I get are, what steps can the government take to restrict access to their buildings? You know, I'm hearing through the official and unofficial grapevine that the government is fed up with First Amendment auditors and will take steps soon to deal with the disruptions to government service.
I've gotten a few emails regarding the town hall here in Huntington saying that their policies here are very strict. So let's find out. Let's get into it. All persons and packages are subject to search upon entry. Failure to consent or submit to an inspection will result in denial of entry. Interesting. Hey, how are you? Nothing. Just decided to take a look at your town hall here. Oh, sorry about that. No, I'm just taking a look at your town hall. That's all. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
The judge implied that I was just going around harassing people and calling it journalism.
Okay, we just need a driver's license and we'll check in.
Yeah, I don't have a driver's license. Why would you need a driver's license for me to come into a building? This is a public building, right?
Well, we do it by appointment only.
You know, there are over 250,000 federal and military buildings with access restrictions as of this date. And this number will increase starting May 7th, 2025, when citizens will be required to have a real ID identification card. Not necessarily a driver's license, but an identification card to access most federal facilities.
If anything happens in the building, a fire,
Yeah.
we need to know who's in the building. We need
Would an account of who's in the building help with that fire?
You know, I really believe that Sean was a little brighter than this, because according to his logic, you'll get an accurate count of 300 people burnt beyond recognition, but have no idea who they are.
Yeah, but just counting people, as far as,
we don't do it like
you know how many people are upset that they're requiring.
different. We don't do it like that.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense, because you don't need a license to vote or do anything like that.
You know, I never realized that we reached a point in our country where anyone could enter a voting booth and vote minus ID. But Sean Reyes seems to be implying that voter fraud, I guess.
Yeah. So you need a license to enter this building. What if somebody didn't have? What if not everybody has a license, sir? So what would happen if somebody didn't have a license? I'm sorry? What if they didn't have any of that?
Then they wouldn't be able to come in.
You know, the government's just fed up with disruptive auditors and have decided to use a Supreme Court decision to enact policies, court orders, or regulations which deny access. Now, I realize some of you are whining that that's unconstitutional, but that's not so. The government cannot restrict anyone based on the content of their speech. In other words, they can curse and scream and do whatever they want. But the court has ruled that you can place restrictions based on time, place, and manner. Now, you hear me saying that a lot, but I'll attempt to give you some examples which clarify what time, place, and manner legally means. For example, the government can restrict the manner under time, place, and manner in which they restrict access to their buildings. And having an employees-only entrance is the manner they choose to do it. Now, the term public lobby is a key element to this whole legal argument, restricting unlimited access to public buildings, to government buildings.
This is the public lobby, sir. So I'm not gonna.
This is the public lobby right here.
There is no sign. Look, there's a sign over there saying employees only behind that point over there. This is a public building.
So in the near future, government will meet their Fifth Amendment duty by conducting much of the informational requirements auditors demand, with informational kiosks set up in the public area to provide all of the pamphlets, forms, the FOIA forms, the complaint forms, the job applications, etc., in the public lobby, and have limited access to the bulk of the building based on the requirement to have an appointment. And that appointment is the time persona provision under time, place, and manner, which allows limited access. And when you enter the limited public access forum, you must go directly to the office that you have the appointment with.
This is a lobby to a public building.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
See, we're trying to be nice and cordial.
Yeah.
We're telling you what
I believe I am.
policy
I
is.
believe I am too,
And
ma'am.
you are you're moving past where
What I'm doing is I'm
you're supposed to
gathering.
be.
I'm gathering content. There is no restricted area sign here, ma'am. There is no. Sir, who are you?
I'm the supervisor.
I'm an independent journalist, gathering content for a story, looking at all your signs here, just gathering content peacefully for my story, exercising my First Amendment right of freedom of press.
Yes.
They had informed me that I need a government ID to enter this building.
Yes, unfortunately, that's the policy set in place by the supervisor's office,
Yeah.
the town attorney.
It's an unconstitutional policy because what if somebody didn't have the money or the means to obtain a government ID? The same way that that everybody makes a big deal about needing an ID to vote, because then you're excluding certain people who don't have the means or the money to obtain an ID.
So if this is the case, I guess my question to you and everyone else is, where do people go to get an ID? Whether it's a driver's license, a passport, state ID, food stamps, they go to a government building, like this government building. Does anyone get that? The video ends with a lot of Sean Reyes BS, and he even said he got past the lobby. But unfortunately for us, he never filmed anything but lobby signs like this. John Ligato Show is being broadcast from outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. If you're enjoying my show, please like, share, and subscribe. Semper Fidelis.